Okay, welcome back to the One Way You Can Transform series of practices. In today's session, we're going to put the spotlight on bridge. Bridge, known in Sanskrit as Dvipadapittam, 2-foot support, or Setu Bandhasana, supported shoulder stand, supported shoulder lift. So what that tells us is it's a very structural posture. What we know about bridge is that it's very supportive for our spine to move into extension. It's a very strengthening posture for the back of the body. So the muscles that support the spine in the movement, but also our glutes and our hamstrings as well. There are so many metaphors that we can work with bridge as well, in terms of how we're using it to support ourselves. What I would like us to do today, so I've mentioned the word support a lot, is look at how we can transform the pose in a slightly more softer approach. So we know that it's structural, we know that it's strengthening, but let's kind of flip our focus towards the softening focuses of our experience of bridge, how we can maybe approach that experientially. So coming down onto your back, it's always really important to establish your foundation. So we want to make sure that our chin is slightly drawn in towards the throat. So it can be really useful just to pick up your head a little, maybe massage the back of your neck, so from the shoulders to the base of the skull, and then you're picking up the skull and just encouraging a little bit of movement there for your head to feel like you're bringing some space along the back of your neck. And then you place your head down on the ground with your chin slightly drawn in towards your throat. A little bit of a wriggle across the shoulders for me. And the placement of your feet. So, as I've already mentioned in cat-cow, it's really interesting to explore the posture in terms of how we're placing the feet. So those feet are often very, very close to the bottom, which means that there's already a little bit of effort going on here in my hamstrings. And sometimes the feet are really far away. And so you can't really feel grounded, or it's not really going to support the spine so much in the movement if the feet are much further away. The core begins to kick in potentially. So it's a balancing act of finding the placement of the feet somewhere between those two positions so that you can feel that you're connecting through the heels of the feet, but also through the balls of the feet, the outer edges, the inner edges, and the toes. So the whole feet, if you come back to the 2-foot support, we want to be able to feel the connection of the 2 feet on the ground. Arms beside you. Let's invite the palms to face up. So there's this opening that comes across the chest. And already we're starting to invite that softening across the front of the body by doing that. So I'd like you to take a few rounds of breath once you feel settled. And with each in-breath, bring your awareness to the heart space, so the front of your chest and the belly. With each out-breath, I'd like you to bring your awareness to the ground, to the way your body almost softens towards the earth. So take a few moments to explore the front of the body, sense of openness and spaciousness with the in-breath, and then the back of the body, a softening with each out-breath. There might be a little bit of a wriggle every so often. Open and close your jaw. See where there is tension as you come towards the quality of softening, and invite those areas to release. So bringing your focus to the softening element of letting go, moving down. It is with the exhalation that I would like you to rise into the shape. As you exhale, just begin to press into your feet. Let's not come up just yet. Just focus on the feet. And then on the inhale, release that little pressure. So as you exhale down through the feet, there's a sort of feeling of activity coming in along the back of my body. And then on the inhale, there's a lightness that comes in through the front of the body. So have a little play with that quality of movement through the feet on the exhale, and then release into lightness on the inhale. And so by contacting the earth and settling and softening, we can begin to feel that activity rising. So we can begin to feel that strength occurring. And when you feel drawn to, with the exhalation, as you bring your awareness into the feet, lift your body as if from that softness into the space above you. And then breathe into that space. So breathe into the spaciousness of the front of your body. And then as you exhale, begin to lower yourself down again gently towards the earth. If you're good with visualization or imagination, you could imagine moving down towards the softness of the earth. If that's not possible, just invite the body to soften. So what brings about that quality of softening for you? Maybe it's a sigh, letting go of tension. So take your breath in here, and then exhale again into the feet. And from the softness of letting go, we find the strength to gather up into our bridge. And then a breath in to find the spaciousness of the shape, to experience the spaciousness of the shape. And then exhale, see how the spine finds the ground between the shoulder blades, the rib cage, the lower back, back of the pelvis, and then you can let the tail go. Breathing in to lightness and space. Exhale to the earth and come up once again. So continue to explore this pattern for a few more rounds of your breath. When you feel drawn to, just have a little rest. See how there's already that softness occurring, because we haven't gone into this with that kind of vigor that we might do if we're coming up on the inhale, down on the exhale. There's just a little slower pace that we're integrating here. So I'd like you to consider staying. So let's come back into the shape. And if you like, stay for a few breaths. So exhaling to come up. So what I would like you to do when you stay in the pose is to just explore the relationship of the in-breath and the out-breath. So at the moment, I'm really gripping my bottom, my glutes, my buttocks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to soften those muscles, and it just brings me down a little through the pelvis. And then on the in-breath, pressing into the feet now and exploring the expansion around the heart, the front of my hips. I can see my buttocks have clenched again, so on the exhale, I'm going to invite that softening into the feet, into the backs of the shoulders, the arms and the head. And then on the inhale, experience the rise of the breath coming in. It brings the shape change, it brings the expansion. My heart is spacious here towards the space above me. So almost like an arc around me, I'm breathing into that space. And then finally letting go, coming back to the earth. And just take your time. The beauty of practicing slowly is that you can really get into it. You can really see and listen and tune into how your body feels almost at every part that you're moving, every part that is settling. And then now invite the softness as you rest. So you might like to hug your knees in over your tummy, have a little rock from side to side, or take a few rounds of Bandhasana, moving the knees away from you, moving the knees towards you. And then when you feel drawn to, sliding your legs along the ground. And you can continue with that quality of softening with each exhalation. And then breathing into the spaciousness of you around your heart, that sense of opening, or you might have heard the phrase heart opening. As you breathe in, that heart opening quality. As you breathe out, softening through the back of the body towards the earth. And in your time coming up, or maybe you would like to stay in that restful shape for a little longer. But when you do come back into your day, just take a few moments to observe the effects of the practice. Okay, thank you. Visit yogacampus.com and register your interest.